Conservative used to look like this. Liberal used to look like this. Now liberal looks like this. What happened? What does it mean? Why would Arnold Schwarzenegger post this picture on his Instagram on his child's birthday of him and his child in a public urinal taking a tinkle together? What happened? What does it mean? So many questions. Know what they say? We really are living in a time of great spiritual battle, and we see this played out all the time. You probably heard this story right here from Plato. Wow, right? They called it an extractor, I think. Well, look, this is not the first time that a toy company put out a toy that was really questionable. Specifically something that seemed to imply something sexual. And this right here, I mean, if you can take a look at that and not kind of see what I'm seeing and how incredibly wrong that is for children, then I pray you never have kids. And I pray you stay away from my Play-Doh. Like for instance, here's another little piece that comes along with your Play-Doh, and some online are going as far as calling this... Well, here's another example right here from Mill Farm. Hey look, it's little gummy lighthouses. Yeah, those are lighthouses. They're lighthouses. And you've probably seen this before. Hey, and let's not forget that. Spiritually speaking, I tend to see this as real-life evidence of a demonic attack on purity, on innocence, on the kids. This was a perfect example. This was called the Evil Wand. This happened just within the last few months or so, actually around October, I believe. But it was a little toy that you get at the dollar store, and whenever you took the tag off in the middle, it reveals this little girl right here, a little demonic-looking evil girl slitting her wrist. It's for the kids. It's okay. Pole dance for the kids. Well, for all of you overprotective fathers out there, here's a great gift you might consider giving your daughter. I think it's important that we start talking to babies about having babies. Yeah, this is real. Who's ready for some snugglers? And here's a great one for the kids. Let's not forget the two-finger squirter with a double shot. It's for the kids. But all kidding aside, these really are some sick, disgusting, and depraved minds behind this stuff. You know what they say. Right around the time that the story came out with Hasbro and their weird toys, we get this story from Great Britain concerning toys for children. The Faceless Doll for Muslim girls launched in Britain. I don't know about you, but just my first impression of looking at that, all I can think of is fun. Faceless Doll, produced in accordance with Islamic law, has been launched in Britain. The Dini Doll, which is adorned with a traditional headdress, has no nose, mouth, or eyes, in order to comply with Islamic rulings regarding the depictions of facial features. What does it mean? Griffin is one of the co-founders of the famous Ice Bucket Challenge that so many people around the world endured. There's even more mysteries to be explored behind the Ice Bucket Challenge. Whenever we take a look at Griffin, there were hidden meanings behind this entire ritual. It played out around the entire world. Oftentimes, we'll see these public rituals played out. It starts with the elite, and they pass it on. Living in a time where a lot of these rituals are being played out right in front of us. But it's always interesting to investigate these kind of things and just keep an open mind about it. So speaking of this public ritual, this ice bucket challenge, this worldwide water cleansing, let's take a look at Griffin. He's one of the co-founders of the Ice Bucket Challenge. It's interesting to start off with that he actually died at the age of 27. Not familiar with the 27 Club, please look that up. I'm not saying he's a member, but it's something interesting to consider. The 27 Club is closely tied into more kind of public rituals. And he definitely died under strange circumstances. It turns out that he actually dove off of a building at 2 a.m. and then he drowned, according to the Boston Globe. He floated to the surface and then he sank. He did not come back up again, the report says, and he was pronounced dead at 3 a.m. He had helped raise $100,000 for ALS research on the night of his death. So sure, maybe it was an accident, maybe he was drunk, maybe he was high, I mean, who knows what was going on, right? What does it mean? Either way, the Ice Bucket Challenge itself definitely had an occult nature to it. So we find patterns, we find a lot of stories and situations that mirror one another. This right here was the counterpoint, though, to the ALS Challenge, to the mock water baptism for the world. So on one hand, we had people dousing themselves with water, and now, of course, we have people dousing themselves with fire. Fire challenge. But the fire challenge is out there as well. A lot of young people are getting hurt by this. So when I put it all together, I see the water challenge, this water baptism, right? And on the other hand, I see this fire challenge. I see people setting themselves on fire. Strange connections, patterns we find, situations that seem to mirror one another. We connect the dots. So keeping these cosmic connections in mind, we can perceive the ice water challenge and also the fire challenge in kind of a whole new way. Whenever I saw these two things lining up, I see these situations somewhat mirror one another. Symbolically, what it made me think of was how in the very beginning, whenever the world was destroyed, it was destroyed with water. It was destroyed by water. And we're told that in the end, the world will be destroyed again, but this time by fire. Don't get mad. I'm just connecting dots, watching patterns, considering synchronicities, asking questions, watching for the signs. Hey, thanks for watching.